In the first house, we have the earth element, which is stability. So the first house is everything to do with yourself, your physical appearance, your vitality, your personality, characteristics that other people can see, what you are projecting to others. It's your physical body, so how you look and how you appear to others, and how you are perceived by others as well. It's also all self-oriented interests as well. So with the earth element appearing in there, this is bringing you, it's actually helping you to be really rooted and grounded. So it also brings in strength. So you either are feeling this way currently at the moment, you're feeling strong, you're feeling rooted and grounded, or you could be asked to bring that in, to actually anchor yourself, and anchor your, how you are sort of making your way in the world on a daily basis. And it's also about being centered and practical, sort of displaying wisdom. And it's about building as well, building your self-confidence, building how you project yourself to others. In other words, you want to come across as self-assured and solid, methodical. It's also about being organized. So all of these characteristics are coming in. It's also, you may have to prove yourself in some way. So in doing that, then you may have to harness your stability and your strength, and ground yourself to actually give of your best in that instance. You could also be making very powerful connections at this time. So this is a very good thing, because it's going to help you in all other areas of your life, particularly in your work sphere, or even just socially as well. So it could be a really great time to be making wonderful contacts, personal and also business related. So if you are perhaps projecting that you're self-assured, that you're methodical, and that you're organized, then that is going to attract that back to you as well. It's going to attract people who are going to appreciate that, and therefore you make a good contact. So also if you're having to prove yourself in some way, then that will also get, you'll be noticed somehow. It could also be the flip side of this as being a little bit too stubborn, almost like fear of letting go, and being over materialistic. And when you're overly materialistic, you're not really living in the present. You want all of these other things all the time. But in actual fact, what you need to do is keep your focus here, stay grounded, keep your feet on the ground, and not be afraid to grow and to change how you do things, or how you have been doing things in the past, because that also may bring contact and may bring powerful connections to you as well. Then in the second house, we have Aquarius. I know the second house is everything to do with your income, your money coming in, and your earnings, and it's also about your possessions, your property, what you own, land, real estate, that sort of thing. It's also about your self-worth and your values, what you value. So with Aquarius, I know this is not an overly emotional sign. So it's all about looking ahead to the future. So you will have to stay present. As I said, even with this, your other card you had in your first house, you must stay present. Yes, you can bear in mind the future and be looking at futuristic trends, what's coming up, or it's possibly even technology, keeping up with what's going on. So you're keeping your eye on the future and developments there, but you need to be looking here as well. Stay present with everything that's going on in those areas of your life. So it could be a money issue, it could be money things coming that you need to sort out or you need to be thinking about. But it's also about being practical. And you can keep your eye on futuristic trends and see how things are going, and perhaps it's about what you want to purchase, where you want to put your money, and so on. You may be being exposed to futuristic ideals or people. And again, if you're making powerful connections, that could very well be helpful to you. Avoid emotional decisions when it comes to your money and what you own, and also about your values. Because you don't want to get put on the spot for something like that. This card also may bring in surprises, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is all about surprises. You could be making very powerful alliances, or you may need to make good alliances to further your interests. So that's coming in again. So this is definitely a theme for you. It's also about trying new things. So if you are, have fears about letting go and trying new things, this card is coming to challenge you on that. Because that's what Aquarius is all about, trying new things. And there's nothing mainstream about Aquarius. Aquarius is futuristic. It's tech, high tech. And it's being visionary, really. That's what it's about. So you need to harness that and bring that into your money house, and to your how you are setting your values and what you are, your possessions, and just your self-worth as well. So if you're stable and grounded and you feel self-assured, then you can tackle other issues. It may be work related, or there could be issues about how you earn your income. You may be requiring to make a few changes there, or you may have a few surprises, and now you've got to deal with things. So so these two are kind of going hand in hand here as well. Then in your third house, which is the house of communication, you have Venus, you have love in there. So what this is bringing in is you may be required to bring in some loving communication, or you may be having to communicate with others in your immediate circle. And this could be siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, that sort of thing. You may need to communicate with them in a loving way. Or it's just, maybe it's part of your work, and you need to spread a bit of that around. It's how you go about your communication. It's what you say. It's how you say it. Is it kind? Is it compassionate? All of those aspects come in on this. The third house covers all kinds of communication, whether it's written or verbal, body language, even social media, what you comment, and so on. So this is it's a very compassionate and loving planet, and therefore you need to bring those aspects into your world of communication, how you say things, what you say, and is it kind? Is it compassionate? Is it going to lift that person up? There's various ways that this can come out. You also may need to be required to be charming, because that's what Venus is, very charming. And there's also a seductive ability, sort of aspect coming in here. So you may be, if you have a significant other, you may be enjoying very seductive and loving communication between you. This card also brings in beauty and the arts. It's hair and beauty. It's everything to do with those: fashion, socializing, crafts, going out. There's a lot of social interaction with this. So while you're out there doing your thing and socializing with others, just be careful what you say, how you say it, and be aware of, mindful of your words. You may also be feeling quite attractive this time, or you may be emitting, sort of be quite attractive to others at the time, and you may be drawing in others to you to communicate with you. And if that's the case, then this could benefit you, because it says here already that you're going to be possibly, making alliances with others, and it's powerful connections and so on. And Venus is about attraction. So you need to draw that to you as well. And you can do that while this is appearing in this particular part of your chart. This also covers, it's Venus is also about refinement. So it's also refinement of how you communicate. It's refinement of your artistic expression as well. So, you could also be communicating on a bigger scale. This is with the public or with a wider group of people, or sort of outward to more than your local. This could be a much wider sort of circle that you have influence in. So again, bring in those loving aspects if you can, or just an element of refinement and artistic flair if you want to. This third house also covers short trips. This is short trips around and about. So you may be going to like a music concert or live music, bands, going to look at, sort of enjoy fashion outings, or crafts, going to like markets and fairs and things like that. And all those will be very beneficial for you. And again, while you're there, you may meet others. You may meet people who are beneficial to you in some way, or, it's all about connecting to others. Then in the fourth house, we have Grand Trine, which is blessings. So your fourth house is your house of home, and it's your home life. And it's also your roots, your ethnic identity, and your foundations, where you came from. So with this card appearing in there, it's bringing in blessings for you, and it's all about harmony and flow. So you may just be feeling really in a good space in your home life, and with you're reconciled, or you're happy with how things are going for you at the moment. You feel content, and things are just flowing nicely. There's ease and grace there. You feel, like you feel contented about how things are. Just don't take your hand off the wheel. Effort is still required to maintain this and to harness these blessings, and to actually keep yourself moving and flowing. So you can't sort of sit back and just let things sort of manifest around you. You do still have to exert some effort and actually show up as well. But it does indicate a very sort of happy, contented space at this time. Just trust in the flow. There's an element of completion as well about this. So you may have gone through a patch where you've perhaps been changing your home, or something in your home, or people in your home have been changing. And now you just feel settled and content. This is important because it does help you. If you're happy in your home and you feel good there, then that really does set you up in other areas of your life, and you can cope better. So this is something you need to maintain. You need to harness those blessings, and really show your appreciation to those that do assist you in your home life as well. Then in your fifth house, we have Capricorn, I use. So the fifth house is all about children, whether it's your children or children that you're involved with. It's the house of creativity. So this is your creative side. However you bring that in, it could manifest, and you don't necessarily have to be creative as in arts and crafts and things like that. This can be, as I said, creative in your manner, in your wording, in the activities that you plan. You could be creative with your children. So it's creativity. It's also the house of love affairs. It's the house of all forms of recreation, having fun, and sporting activities in general. So with Capricorn, I use what this is asking you is, what are your objectives and your ambitions with regards to any one of those areas? So, you may, if it's to do with children, you may have ambitious ideals with regards to your children. Just be careful with that. You need to steer your children, yes, but you can't overshadow them with your wants and needs. So it's about working together. You may be needing to provide structure for them, some kind of framework which they can use to move forward. It's sort of a stability for them. Teach them how to use their resources, because this is about using your resources. I use. So whatever that is. So it's harnessing your resources, putting them using them in a structured way. You could be required to help your children in some way, or just to assist them. They could also be needing to develop goals and become systematic, or you could be. It's also about being diligent, applying yourself, hard work, and responsibility as well. And during all of this, gaining wisdom. So you could be gaining wisdom through helping your children, or they could be embarking on something, and you're now witnessing this in them, this sort of phase of life. If your children is not a focus for you, then it could be your creative side. It's about, as I said, harnessing your resources and making use of what is around you, and possibly helpful people. But just be careful with the I use section of it. As I said, you may be coming into contact with really powerful people or very helpful people to you. So honor them, and honor what they're giving you, and then, take what they are offering you and move forward with that. It could just be bringing structure into some creative project or something that you're required to sort of harness your creativity. It's about putting in a firm structure and building on solid ground for that.